Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone.
Hello, good evening.
How are you, Carla?
Fine. You?
Nice. Great. Great. Waiting for Friday. Almost there. What about you? Hi, Mauricio. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Doing good. Hi, Abigail. How are you? Oh, I think she's a listening mode. Do you guys have plans for the weekend? We just have one more class tomorrow and then it's the weekend. I feel like the weekend goes by so fast. And then Monday to Friday, it takes like forever to pass. Don't you feel the same, guys?
Yes. The the Sunday is fast.
Goes by. Se pasa, goes by.
Oh,
Mhm.
es entre no querer hacer nada y tener que hacer. Pues
Exactly.
oye,
That's Saturday for me. Last Saturday, I didn't have anything to do. Like I had the perfect opportunity to sleep in the morning, but I didn't want to sleep. So I was just like looking at my room, like I was I wasn't functional, but I wasn't sleeping. So, and then in the afternoon, it was already Saturday night. I was like, damn, I should have done something with my life, but I didn't. Hi, Nelly, how are you? Hi, Juan Carlos, how are you?
Teacher, Miss Teacher.
Hi, what happened
Hello.
to you yesterday, Juan Carlos? We didn't see you in the class.
I don't want connect yesterday because he was raining all night.
Oh, it was raining, so you
Mhm.
didn't want to connect. It's not like you couldn't.
And uh, the 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 energy black off.
Oh, oh, that happened to me today earlier. Well, earlier today, like at 6 or 7 p.m., the energy went off, and I was like, oh no, please do not have this happening. I need to give this class. All right. So guys, as I was telling you yesterday, um, today we begin the last 5 classes, right? So we just have class today, tomorrow, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. On Wednesday, we finish the model, all right? So let's take advantage. If we have missed classes in the previous days, now is the moment to recover, all right? So let me just check. I got, what is it? All right. So tonight we have a couple of topics that we're gonna be checking, and you're also going to be doing a lot of comprehension by yourselves, all right? So we have some questions in here, and we're not going to go into the breakout rooms tonight to discuss them, the conversation questions, right? We're gonna share them here. We're just gonna change them here. This is not a topic, isn't it? It's this one. We're talking about consumerism, right? Consumerism, right? So basically, consumismo, for us here in Spanish, consumerism, all right? I gotta admit, I am the first consumist in the world. Like, I, you know how sometimes, I don't know if this happens to you guys, sometimes you go to a mall, like La Gran Vía or Metrocentro, because you have to run errands, hacer mandados, you have to run errands, right? But then when you finish running your errands, you feel like you want to go shopping, even though you don't have necessarily anything, any necessity to do it, right? So I'm like, no, I gotta buy some. And then I waste my money. Does this happen to you guys? I think this is like consumerism in its frugal form, right? When you consume something you don't necessarily need or want, or you don't even have a use for it, but you want to have it, right? So that's what I think it's consumerism, all right? So we're gonna check. You can choose any of the questions we have in here. okay, and talk about that one. It's Jorge Antonio, sorry, just got home. Okay, Jorge. So, which social facts influence consumerism in your opinion, guys? All right. Or do you think there is a way to escape the culture of consumerism? Um, or are teenagers and children becoming consumers earlier? Now listen, this is a real thing. Culture of consumerism, it's a real thing. You know, I am the type of person that I like, for example, if I have to buy a deodorant, you know, deodorant, if I have to buy deodorant, I don't buy one. I go and buy like five because just in case I never have any more, right? So every time I go, I buy, even though I don't need more. And I have like a collection of deodorants. And I do this for everything, for shampoos, for conditioners, for perfumes. So yes, it's a true thing, the culture of consumerism. And then if you go to YouTube, for example, you will find videos about people that collect these things. They collect deodorants, they collect shampoos, they have collections, everything. So it's a reality, the culture of consumerism. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to choose. This is gonna be individual. Okay. It's not, we're not gonna go to the breakout rooms. This is gonna be individual. Choose one or two of the questions and answer it. Make sure you write the answer. Okay. Choose one or two and write your answer the best that you can. Remember, the point of answering these questions like random, it's that you develop your capability to improvise. And when you're improvising, you have to speak as much as possible, right? Nobody has to know that you're improvising. So one way you can do this is by speaking for long periods of time, all right? So like I was telling you, right? I was telling you stories about my shopping addictions or the videos in YouTube, but this is just because I was improvising, answering the questions in the moment, not planned, right? But in this case, I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes. Select one of the questions and write your answer. And then in 5 minutes, we're all going to start sharing our answers, okay? Again, I'm gonna repeat this for the ones that are connecting right now that came late. Um, we're not going to the breakout rooms to discuss these questions tonight. You just have to select one or two and write the answer the best that you can, as much as you can talk. And then in 5 minutes, we're all gonna be sharing the answers with one another. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes. This is individual. Choose one question and try to answer it for as long as possible. All right. You have 5 minutes. For the ones that just logged in into the class a few seconds ago, you have to select one of the questions and you have to write your answer as long as possible, right? It has to be a very complete type of answer, and then you're gonna share it with the rest of the class, okay? Because I know you were not here when I gave the first instruction, so you can do it right now. Okay, select one of the questions. We're not going into the breakout rooms tonight for this one. And then we write your answer for the one you selected and then share it with us, right? You still have 2 minutes so you can complete your answers. All right, if you have your answers ready, let us know, please, and we can start listening to yours. Remember, you had chance to write it, so you can read it, or you can just talk about it, right? Whichever you selected. So raise your hand if you want to begin. Carla, please. Which one did you select?
I choose the number one.
Okay.
Which social facts influence consumers?
Mm-hmm.
I think the people's need to appear to be something they are not, maybe, or buy something or things
Mm-hmm.
that give them a certain status.
All right. That's one. Uh-huh. So yeah, social fact, pretentious, being pretentious, right? Pretending to be something or to have something, right? Like appearances. That's right. That's right. In this society, especially with so many people on, like on social media, right? That they show that they have so many things. And then the people that are not on social media, they want to have those things. So yeah, it makes sense your point, Carla. All right, thanks for sharing. Let's see who else. Do you have your answer, Mauricio? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Numbers, teenager and children becoming memories early? I think yes. We are sure it does because when they used to be in internet videos that show that they are vastly necessary to buy product and they convince them their parents to buy them.
Exactly.
This is can be video game, fashion, clothes, even mobile phone. They become
That's right.
consumers before they start their working life.
Before they even have money in their lives.
Yeah.
That's true. And also, I don't know if this applies in the same category, but for example, with gulliverines, candies, the snacks, right? They make them like addicted to sugar and they always want to buy more and more. So yeah, it's another form that they do that. Very good answer, Mauricio. Thank you for sharing.
Okay.
Mayra, please go ahead.
Okay, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I I choose the question number 5
Okay.
of the second B. Do you believe that changing your spending habit can make a big difference in your life? I think yes, because in my life I I experimented that. I
Mm-hmm.
work in a shopping center right now, and
Okay.
no matter how many promotion I see, they don't motivate me to spend money because I think sometimes the promotion are not real because the company elevate of price before and then they create a promotion but sometimes the real. Mm, for example, right now, the promotion pay one, take two of Mr. Donut. I don't buy it. And I think I save money for other things are important for me. No, no, some promotion that companies.
Okay.
Mm,
So you change your spending habits, and now you feel that it's making a difference in your life, right, Mayra?
yes, because I say more things for my housework. For example, I say
Yeah, that's
money for that.
nice. I love that you guys are coming with these answers, and you're literally talking, right? You're conversating. You're not preparing the answers per se. So very good job, Mayra. Thanks for sharing. Okay, let's see who else has already responded to the question.
Me, teacher.
All right, go ahead, Juan Carlos, please.
Okay, my question I choose 4. Do you believe special occasion like Christmas or Easter have become too consumerist?
Mhm,
I think yes, because when you define or a special occasions,
mhm,
indirectly you promote the consumer because the people hope these days, for example, in Christmas or maybe Father's Days or Mother's Days,
mhm,
usually it's complicated because sometimes the people upset if you don't you don't give
They get
some
upset.
details.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I think the we live in a culture for I don't know how we say this descarte.
Descarte, like wasteful.
Ajá, ajá, no,
De
ajá,
desperdicio,
we,
wasteful.
o descarte, ajá,
Hmm.
entonces, and it is because the social media impacts of, about this. In this day, it's complicated. And I think I think uh, these days or define this day is
Hmm.
complicated because indirectly is that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then next week we have September the 15th, Independence Day, another consumerism. Yeah. So it's true. It is spoiling our culture, right? So you start for instead of celebrating your father or celebrating your mother, we start buying things that they don't even need, but because they are in promotion, we want to give them. So yeah,
Yeah,
totally. Mhm.
my son, for example, say, Papi, when is my birthday? Papi, when is near Christmas? I need a computer. I need a share, gaming share, etc.
Oh no.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Mhm.
even this goes with what Mauricio was mentioning, right? That children are becoming more consumerist from earlier ages, right? So yeah, very good. Thanks for sharing. That was very well detailed, your answer. Okay. Let's see. Do we have anyone else with their answers ready? Does anyone else have their answer ready? Emerson, go ahead, please.
Well, yeah, I found interesting the question number 1 and 5. So I think that about the question number 5, the factor that influence the consumers
Mm-hmm.
is having a certain status in the circle. For example, if you have a state of the art form, you are cutting edge, and this makes you stand up from others.
That's right. That's the perfect
About that,
example.
is the consumerism. Well, in the case of the question number 5, I think I think one way is to have a clarity goals of you wanna what you want and you need it to life. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. How can you escape the culture of consumerism? If you don't have goals, every moment, every cent you get, you're gonna spend it on things that you don't need. But yeah, having goals is it's a good advice on how to escape this culture. This is similar um to the advice that Mayra was saying, right? Like she tried to change her spending habits, so now she feels she has more money saved, right, for her house and things like that. So it's exactly what you're saying, Emerson. Like if you have goals, you will you will reroute your spending, right? Very good. Thanks for sharing. That was a very complete answer also. Okay, do we have anyone else pending to participate? Yes, no?
Me, teacher.
Oh, go ahead, Cecil, please.
Okay, I select the question number 7. No, 6, sorry. Do
Mhm.
you think there are more consumerist women than men, and why? I think, teacher, Yes, the women are more consumers than men. Why? Because the men's we are more simples, and the woman have a lot of tem temptation.
Yeah.
Yes, temptation. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
with the clothes, with the cosmetology, with the trends, and oh, I don't know, more things. Okay, and
Everything you can imagine.
yes, I don't know, but with the men's just alcohol, sports, the food, and just that we are more simple, and for that reason, I think the women are more consumerist. Teacher.
It's true. That is a reality. Men are more simple human beings than women. And the marketing companies, they know this. They know their public because, for example, if you look for shampoos for men, you will find like
Yes,
2 or 3 options. But
the
if you
ice
look for
cream,
shampoos for women, you'll find like 10 options.
cream. Yes, okay.
hmm So yeah, totally agree with your point and well explained. Thank you. All right, guys. So that's gonna be it for this section. And very well, it was very well developed. The answers, most of you, I like that everyone has their own style. Each of you answered different questions, and some of you even presented examples or see real life situations to answer your questions, right? So that's really, really good. It shows that you are able to improvise. And the important part when you speak in English, whenever somebody asks you any question, even if you're prepared for it or not, is that you keep talking and talking, right? So very good job, guys. You did it. All right. So I'm gonna take attendance before I forget. So please be ready to say here or present whenever you hear your name, please. Carlos Vladimir Rodriguez, Dairo Jonathan
Present,
Fuentes.
teacher.
Thank you, Dairo. No, Carlos, right? Vladimir. Eduardo Antonio Magaña. Emerson Ulises Monroy.
Present, miss.
Thank you. Fátima Gabriela Loza. Jonathan José González.
Present.
Thank you. Jorge Antonio Sánchez. José Bernardo López.
Present.
Thank you. José Carlos Argueta. José César Lemos.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Juan Carlos Herrera Delgado.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Juan José Herrera.
Present.
Thank you. Carla Sofía Argueta.
Present.
Thank you. Kenia Elizabeth Rodríguez.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Mauricio Antonio Velázquez.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Mayra Cecilia Peña. Mayra.
Present.
Thank you. Nelly Lilibet Andrade.
Present.
Thank you. Sandra Abigail Bonilla.
Present.
Thank you. And Wendy Marisela Ramirez.
Present, teacher.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So guys, I'm gonna share one screen with you, and I'll tell you what we're gonna be doing right now. Who's there, Eduardo? In the chat, I have Eduardo present. Fatima Gabriela present. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Eduardo. Thank you, Fatima. All right. So I'm gonna show you this. And I want you to pay attention to the next activity that we're going to be doing. Yesterday, we were reviewing one of the case studies of one company, that how they optimize one of the problems that they were having in the warehouse, right? What did they do? How did they evaluate and everything, right? And what solutions they came up with. That's what we watched in the video yesterday. So for tonight, what we are going to do is that we're going to go into the breakout rooms. I will send this link to WhatsApp. I will send it in a few moments. And when you are in the rooms, what you're going to do is that you're going to select what case study do you want to analyze, okay? So when you are in the breakout rooms, you're going to select, you have different case studies. You have the case study for Walmart, okay? If you click on it, it will take you, okay, this was the problem. This was the problem that they were having, okay, in Walmart. And this is the solution that they gave to the problem, okay? So that's the case study. You're going to analyze it, and you're going, when we come back to the main session, you're going to explain to the rest of the class. Okay, we selected the case study for Walmart alphabet. The problem that they were having is that this and this and this. We're going to use past, simple past and past progressive to explain the problem that they were having and the solutions that they came, okay? Or you can choose, every group has to select one. You can choose Walmart, you can use, select the one from DHL, right? They were having e-commerce warehouse problems. Or you can check the case study for Cardinal Hill, right? That's a pharmaceutical, and that's also logistics, right? Or Kuehne+Nagel, that's the name of this logistics company. They provide logistics solutions, right? You can check, you can read what was the problem that they were having, right? If you select that case study, again, you see the problem, it will explain to you what the problem was, what was the solution that they decided, right? So you're going to go into the breakout rooms. I will send this link to you in WhatsApp right now in a few minutes when you open the breakout rooms, and you will select one case study with your group, read it, analyze it, and then you're going to, when we come back, you're going to explain it. Okay, we chose the case study for Kuehne+Nagel, for example, or we chose the case study for DHL. This is the problem that they were having, and you explain what was happening, what was causing, etc., the details, and then explain how did they solve it, what did they do for the solution, okay? So we're gonna open the breakout rooms right now, and you're gonna have 15 minutes to work on this. 15 to 20 minutes, because you have to read, comprehend, analyze, and make your summary, so your report of what happened, okay? So the rooms are open, you're gonna have 15 to 20 minutes. You can start working on this. The link, it will be in WhatsApp in a few seconds. Vamos ingresando a la sala, por favor, para que puedan empezar a trabajar. Seleccionen el case study y lo desarrollan y lo explican después cuando regresemos. No, I was having internet problems.
Era como no sé, de McDonald's.
Hello, que lo siento, que
Hello.
internet está fallando.
We want to share a
Sure.
screen.
Okay, give me
Okay.
one moment. I was trying to come faster, but my internet said no. Try again,
Okay.
please. Let me know.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, I'll see you in a few moments.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, we are all back to the session. Let's begin listening to your analysis of the case studies that were there. Okay, let us know which one you selected, and then you can start and develop, right? So we have in room number 1, we have Cesar Lemos and Juan Carlos Herrera. Go ahead, guys.
Okay. You can hear me? Hello, you can hear me, teacher?
Yes, now I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Okay, we should, yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, we choose a use case for the DHL. About the simulation model of the classification system for for a warehouse. Okay, I describe the problem and Cesar talk about the solution.
Okay.
Okay, the problem is about the classification system. DHL supply chain want to install a box sorting system for the new installation.
Mm-hmm.
They need that this was included dry conveyor and one circulation conveyor. They need that this system can have a capacity that the peak days for the high orders. Um, they need that this system first before have a simulator uh, and they need this method simulator for implanting and they can look uh, uh, this planning strategy if work fine.
Okay.
This is basically this problem, the problem that they have.
Okay.
Okay, teacher, with the solution, they need to have a better classification for the product or the, sorry. And, but with the solution, they decide to use simulation. The program is analogic simulation. This program uses historical data about the product, about the count of orders, and the times, etc. And with this date, they create different simulation, change the variables, the yes, and they had or they got different result. In base to this result, they decide to use one, bro. But in the finish, they show this result to the manager and the operation teams, and just they um oh, they use it like a reference to the future. Okay, when the situation be like this simulation, they will use this planning or use these plans.
Yeah,
And
that's the
that
model
is,
and simulation.
yes, and that is the solution that they use it.
All right, that's very good. There were 2 points as Juan Carlos was mentioning, right? There were 2 points that were important for DHL, right? The service level agreement, if, for example, if they say we're going to give you the to pack or to ship in 2 hours after the order, 2 hours is the service level agreement, but they were having problems to meet the service level agreement, right? And then they were also having problems with the different strategies that they were trying. Okay, so exactly. Then, that's what Juan Carlos was mentioning, and then what you mentioned was exactly that they did warehouse modeling and testing, right? They designed one way to do it, one process. They tested it if it was feasible, and if it was, they implemented it. If it wasn't, they discarded, right? So very good explanation, Cesar, Juan Carlos. You did the most important parts and you explained it in past. Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
And now we're gonna listen to room number 2. That's Emerson and Mauricio. I'm not sure it's Wendy also.
Yes, miss.
Okay, teacher. The problem this company is how to improve the production capacity and make the battery more durable and reduce the manufacturing cost and have a higher production output. Ideas to gain market share. The company have a lot of data which it could not answer all of them because it did not have a proper equipment to solve the different variables.
Okay.
Emerson solution.
Well, in this case, there are the solution that is proposed model simulation, and it shows a low cost, and the system would evaluate the results in short time. Thus, evaluation the effect in the long and short term.
Wendy?
Ahí estoy.
Okay.
Solution. The what wonders system evaluate the means of growth in the system that has a good impact for the manufacturing of product to able to sell to different customer and to have success in the batteries. Always they obtain profit in their solid goals while their equipment. Finished.
All right. I see that you really condensed you really summarized your analysis of the case study that you did, but it was very thorough, right? You fewer words than I would have wished for. It was shorter than I expected, but it was very well explained, right? Like separated the options, right? This is the problem, this was the solution, and this was to complement the solution, right? So very good. Well explained, Emerson, Mauricio, and Wendy. Very good. Now we're gonna listen to room number 3, and here we have Carla Sofia and Nelly Lilibet. Go ahead, please.
Hello. I'm explaining the problem and telling the solution.
All right.
We choose the company Happy is supply chain and package for McDonald's. The problem are it's about full on the success of the all-day breakfast lunch for 40 million restaurants. They have a problem about the menu complexity, new equipment needs, and space constraints because it's very complex, simulate, or did the order machine.
Okay.
The solution to the problem was having employees interactive drive system. The system name was Logic for create or simulate with databases about McDonald's, in account, regional preference, customer preference, cooking space, and equipment about the restaurant. So Javi, the system from Javi, did a simulation about every data for McDonald's and create the best way that McDonald's can't could implement their new menu in the restaurant. And they said how many personnel McDonald's have to hire, every equipment that McDonald's have to, and raw material that McDonald's have to buy for self, and take the gold that McDonald's had before.
Exactly, they adapted, right? Very good. They tested, they tried, and they implemented, and they adapted. Very good. Well explained, Carla, Nelly. Thank you. All right. So guys, I'm gonna show you a short video right now. It's about how Amazon arranges their warehouse. Okay. It's a very short video, but it's showing you how they fix one of the problems that they were having, right? So I find it very curious. So we're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna tell me what you see in the video, what's happening there, okay? All right, as I was mentioning, it was very short, but it was showing the solution and the problem of one of the situations they were having in the warehouse. Okay, so what was the problem that they were having? Who got it? Or do you feel like you need to watch it one more time?
Yeah, teacher.
Yes.
All right, let's watch it once again. All right, so let's talk. What are they doing in that warehouse and how is it different from other warehouses? Or you can just mention anything that you understood from the video.
I don't know if it's I right, but it's a delivery express, and they issue the product al azar, no sé cómo se dice,
Randomly.
randomly, and they have a barcode or a number, I don't know. And when the people do
Order?
order, whereas the person look on the computer and the computer say or show the best way to have every product and ship faster.
Exactly. Yeah. That's Amazon, that's true, Danny. That's actually an Amazon delivery service, but it's mostly for like express version, right? Like in an express service level agreement, usually you are supposed to deliver things in less than 1 hour, right? In less than 1 hour, you should be delivering the product. So this service is only available in some cities in the United States. But yeah, that's the techniques that they are using. Usually in a normal warehouse, you will find all the products in categories, right? On this side, you will find, for example, only shoes. In this side, you will find food. In this side, you will find electronics. In this side, you will find books, for example, right? But in this case, they arranged it different. They mix everything and they don't have a specific order. They just plan a route. They just plan a route so they can get to every single item, right? So yes, that was one of the examples of warehouse optimization, right? Okay, guys. So now we're gonna talk about closet. I'm gonna share the screen with you. Okay. And we're talking about the when clause and the if clause, right? They are called clauses, right? Time clauses, and we call them, you can talk the when clause or the if clause, right? So we're gonna need volunteers to read so we can better understand this part, and then we'll go with the manual students, the students manual exercise. Okay. So the first scenario, talking about the future. I need 2 volunteers, please. One person to read this part, and then another person to read this. So we need 2
teacher.
volunteers. Okay, Mauricio, go ahead with the first part, please.
Okay. Talking about the future. In time clauses, we work like the when. After and until, we often to talk about the future. I'll come home when I finish work. You must wait here until your teacher comes. They are coming after they have dinner.
Thank you. Continue, please, Mauricio, to this point.
In conditional clause, we were like if, unless, even if. We will use present tense form to talk about the future. We won't be able to go up if it is raining. I will come tomorrow unless I have to look after the children. Even if Barcelona lost tomorrow, they will still be champion. We
Thank
do
you.
not,
Yeah, continue, please.
we do not normally use will in time clauses and
Wait,
conditional
one
clauses.
moment. I'm sorry. Here,
¿Dónde?
acá. Esperen, lo moví. Acá.
Okay, we don't normally use a with a time word clauses and conditional clause. I come home when I finish work. Not will finish work. We won't be able to go out if it rain. Not will rain. It would be nice to see Peter when he get home. Not will get home. You must wait here until your father come. Not will come.
Thank you. Okay, and that until there. So we have 2 clauses in here, right? The first clause is for when, all right? And then you can also accompany with words like after or until, right? Those are time clauses. In time clauses, words like when, after, and until, you're usually going to talk about them in present tense forms, all right? For example, the first part, the first sentence can be in any, it can be in any tense, in any grammar tense. But when you use the word when, the next part has to be in present, or when you use until, or when you use after, right? It will depend and vary on the context. For example, I will come when I finish work. I will come, the first part of the sentence is in future, but then you use the time clause when, and it changes in present, right? I'll come home when I finish work, okay? You must wait here until your father comes. Okay, in this case, all the sentence is in present, the beginning, and then the clause also in present. Okay, and then they are coming after they have had dinner, right? This is present perfect. It says we often use one form or forms of present tense. It can be present progressive, present perfect, or simple present. It will depend, right? So these are called time clauses. When you use words like when, after, or until, we know them as time clauses. But then, if you use the word if, this is known as a conditional clause. And there are other words like unless, even if, they are also part of the conditional clauses. And even if you are speaking about the future, When you use conditional clauses like if, unless, even if you're speaking about the future, after one of these words, you will use a sentence in present tense form. It can be present perfect, present progressive, or simple present. Okay, even if we are speaking about the future, pay attention. We won't be able to go out if, conditional clause, if, okay, if it is raining, simple present, no, present progressive, okay? And it tells you here, we do not normally use will in time clauses or conditional clauses. In Spanish, basically, we do not use will when you use if or when you use when, okay? When you use a time clause, when, after, until, or if, unless, even if you use one of those sentences, one of those words in your sentence, you will not need to do the second sentence in future. For example, we won't be able to go out if it will be raining. No, you don't need to make it in future. If you have the if, the next sentence has to be in one form of present. It can be present progressive, simple present, or present perfect, okay? And then we have this one. I will come tomorrow unless I will have to look after the, no, okay? You don't need the will in the second sentence because you have the conditional clause, okay? So if you have words like if, unless, even if, or when, until, or after, you don't need to make the second sentence in future, okay? You can use one of the forms of present to complete the sentence. For example, first part of the sentence, I will come tomorrow. That's simple future. Unless, conditional clause, I have to look after the children. So the rule is telling you, if you have these words, one of these conditional or time clauses, the next sentence that you create after has to be in one form of present. Can be any, present perfect, simple present, present progressive, but it has to be one form of present. It cannot be future, okay? Even if Barcelona lose tomorrow, they will still be champions, okay? In this case, they are putting the conditional clause at the beginning of the sentence, even if is the conditional clause, lose tomorrow, simple present, okay? And then the second sentence is like the first one in here. Okay, so you have options. What you cannot do and you're not supposed to do is to use, for example, future and future after one of these words. For example, even if Barcelona lose tomorrow, even if Barcelona will lose tomorrow, that is incorrect, okay? Because you have the even if, it has to be in present or one of the forms of present, okay? So here's what you're going to do right now. You're going to make one sentence with each. You can select one of the time clauses. You can make a sentence using when, or you can make a sentence using after or until. Just one sentence. Select one of the three and make one sentence. And then with the conditional, if, unless, or even if, select one and make a sentence. So total 2 sentences only, okay? I will give you 5 minutes. You have to write only 2 sentences. One with when and one with if. Okay, you have 2 minutes. This is individual. Make sure you write your 2 sentences. If you have completed the 2 sentences, raise your hand and we can hear your sentences. All right, if you have your sentences ready, let me hear them. Remember, it's just 2 sentences, nothing more, nothing extra. Do we have volunteers?
Hmm.
Go ahead, Mauricio, please.
Okay. I think I will bathe when I finish exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I will not bath if I am sick.
Yeah, I will not be back if I am sick. Correct. So yes, you're using after the class, you're using one of the forms of present. Perfect, Mauricio, you got it. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see who else has their sentences ready. Remember, you have to say your sentences so you can check if you really understood, if you got it correct, right? Let's see the others. Do we have more volunteers with the sentences? In this case, Mauricio, for example, he already knows he understood. He already knows he got it and he can use it. But if you don't say your sentences, if you don't try, you don't know. You cannot check for real, right? There's only one way to know if I am speaking English, and that's by speaking it. All right. Do we have more volunteers with the sentence? Remember, it was only 2 sentences. Nothing crazy. All right. If nobody else is gonna should check their sentences, we are gonna go into the breakout rooms and you are going to create a conversation using both classes. Okay. Try to incorporate them as much as possible in your conversation. All right. This is gonna be free topic, not necessarily about warehouse or about business. It's gonna be free topic. Just make sure that you incorporate the sentences and that you follow the rule, right? If you're going to use time clauses like when, after, until, the next sentence has to be in one of the forms of present. Or if you use a conditional clause, if, unless, even if, same scenario, right? Okay, the rooms are open right now. I'm gonna give you 15 minutes so you can plan, coordinate, and create the conversation. Please don't come back with small conversation. Make a long conversation or a decent type of conversation, all right? Incorporating the clauses, the time clauses and conditional clauses. Las salas están abiertas, tienen 15 minutos para crear su conversación incorporando estas reglas. Pueden ingresar. terminemos de ingresar a la sala, por favor, los que van a participar. Sus compañeros los están esperando. Okay, now that we're all back, let's begin. All right. So we're gonna listen to the first room right now, and this one is going to be with Emerson and Carla Sofia. All right, we're gonna listen to their conversation and see how they incorporated the time clauses and the conditional clause. Go ahead, Emerson, Carla.
Okay. Hello, Emerson. How do you feel? Tomorrow is Friday.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited, but I waiting for the weekend. Oh,
Yes. What do you do on the weekend?
where I think we'll go to the climate to the Santa Ana volcano with my friends.
With whom do you plan to go?
So I talked with the Mauricio, Carla, and Vicky if they will go with me.
I would also like to go, but I think I can climb if in a good physical condition.
Not necessarily. If you make it up, we celebrate it by eating posticles there.
Okay, I trust you.
Okay, let's go.
All right, very good. I noticed I was paying attention to when you use the clauses in the conversation and if you follow the rule, right? If you're going to use when or if or until or after or any of those clauses, the next sentence has to be in one of the forms of present, and you did it exactly like that. So very good job, guys. You really got it. Thank you. All right, we're now gonna listen to room number 3. We have Juan Carlos and Mauricio. Go ahead.
Hey, hello, Juan Carlos.
Hello, Mauricio. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Let's see. I want to invite you on Saturday. Would you like to go to the football match on Sunday and Saturday afternoon?
Yes, of course. I would like to go. I will go even if it is raining. I was thinking of go to the beach, but I will go when the strong waves have finished.
Okay. The game is scheduled for 3 p.m. unless I have a major problem.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll be there at the time, and I see you soon. Okay.
Okay. I will be see you on Saturday.
Okay, Mauricio. Thanks. Thanks for inviting me. I will there without pay.
Nice
Yeah,
job, Juan Carlos.
Okay,
Juan
thanks.
Carlos and Mauricio. I like that you incorporated more than one time clause and more than one conditional clause, right? And you use them correctly. One of the forms of the present after one of the conditional clauses or one of the time clauses. So very well done, Mauricio, Juan Carlos. You did it good. And now we're
Okay,
gonna
thanks.
check. And now we're gonna check the conversation by room number 5. And in this one we have Cesar Lemus and Nelly Lily.
Okay.
Hi, Nelly. Are you going to go to the gym today?
Hi, Cesar. I don't think so because I'm really tired. But even if I'm feeling tired today, I cannot do exercise at my home. Are you going to the gym tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I didn't have a lot of work tomorrow, and when I finish my work, I'm going to go to the gym, okay?
Remember, it's really important do all exercise until finish the daily routine. See you
Yes,
tomorrow.
I have to do all the routine. Okay, Nelly, remember that. And okay, I will see you tomorrow in the gym. Okay.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, Nelly.
All right, very well done. Totally different context, totally different scenario, and you found a way to incorporate the rules and you followed the grammar rules on those time classes. So very good job, Cesar, Nelly, thank you. All right, guys, we're gonna stop here because of time. I'm going to take attendance one more time, so please be ready when you hear your name to say here or present, okay? If somebody wants to stay for advisory, you can let me know. Si alguien se va a quedar a asesoría, me pueden avisar, okay? Then let's begin. Carlos Vladimir Rodríguez, Dairo Jonathan Fuentes, Eduardo Antonio Magaña, Emerson Ulises Monroy,
Present, Miss.
thank you. Fátima Gabriela Loza,
Present, Miss.
thank you. Jonathan José González,
Present, Miss.
thank you. Jorge Antonio Sánchez,
Present, teacher.
thank you. José Bernardo López,
Present.
thank you. José Carlos Argueta, José César Lemos,
Present, teacher.
thank you. Juan Carlos Herrera Delgado,
Present, Miss.
thank you. Juan José Herrera,
Present, teacher.
thank you. Carla Sofía Argueta,
Present.
thank you. Kenia Elizabeth Rodríguez, Mauricio Antonio Velázquez,
Present, teacher.
thank you. Mayra Cecilia Peña, Nelly Lilibeth Andrade,
Present.
thank you. Sandra Abigail Bonilla,
Present.
thank you. Wendy Marisela Ramírez,
Present, teacher.
thank you. Okay, I'm gonna say the next words in Spanish just to avoid any confusions or anything, right? En cuanto a la asistencia, les comentaba que ya hoy estamos dentro de las últimas 5 clases del módulo, ya mañana, pero tenemos la de mañana y lunes, martes, miércoles. 4 clases nos quedan ya para terminar el módulo. Hay varios de ustedes que no llegan al 80% de asistencia todavía, así que asegúrense de no perderse ninguna de las clases y participar para que les cuente también la asistencia, ¿de acuerdo? Así que todavía hay chance para que se recuperen si han perdido varios días, así que be on top of that. Recuerden que es requisito indispensable para que INSAFORP los pueda seguir inscribiendo en los siguientes módulos, ¿ok? Para que puedan seguir participando. Y de hecho ya van a entrar a avanzado, así que ahora es cuando, right? Okay, so that's gonna be it for tonight. I hope you have a great Friday tomorrow, and I will see you everyone at night. Take care. Good
Bye bye,
night.
Miss.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
Bye.
Okay, good
Get
night.
some rest. Good night.